Welcome to Presente, a space and community that vibes on being in the moment, something we are relearning how to do in a fast moving world.
We are excited to be part of a growing movement that talks about topics that we feel haven't been talked about in our Latin culture and womanhood.
Be present with us. Take a pause and break down societal norms.
Redefine the meaning of existing. Welcome to Presente, the podcast.
This episode on motherhood, please remember that mothers do a lot. So appreciate and cherish the women in your lives. With May being Mental Health Awareness Month, please keep in mind that many women suffer in silence. Many women can be diagnosed later on with postpartum, anxiety, depression, bipolar disorders, PTSD, body shaming, and the list can go on and on. So please, take a moment to recognize that mothers need help, love, and support too. Hello, everybody. All of our beautiful Presente listeners. Jissela and I are back with season 4. I'm so looking forward to this season as we touch up on real life matters, from discussions on parenting, entrepreneurship and careers, and mental health. So, now, episode 1 of season 4. Mother's Day just passed us. Let's give a huge shout out and appreciation for all the mothers, soon to be mothers, mothers that have passed, their presence and spirit is felt, single mothers, stepmoms, and all the motherly figures in your lives. We see you and deeply appreciate you. Round of applause to all the mothers and thank you for all that you do. This episode is for you and your mom to motherhood.
Feliz Tiempo de las Madres. I know we just had Mother's Day weekend, but to all the moms, there was a post on Instagram that says that this day is also for the moms who have lost, miscarried, and adopted, for moms who wish they could be moms, single parents who have fulfilled both roles. Presente reaches out to you as well. In this world, we only get one mom. Let's honor them and make memories, for they too are getting older. Mothers have the hardest job in the world. It's not one that's paid for, just unconditional love given throughout.
Perspective on motherhood. I think that for many first time moms, it is safe to say that yes, we can plan accordingly, but we are also figuring things out as we go. And that is fine. One thing I realized in becoming a mom is that I can put myself last in everything. I am the last to go to sleep, the last to eat, shower, and even to get ready. It can take me roughly 3 hours or so to get out the house. And that's a new thing. But so is this profound energy that I get out of nowhere, perhaps from deep down in my heart, knowing that God has given me countless blessings, but also immeasurable strength and determination that I had no idea even existed within me. The self discovery is real. It's beautiful. Part of being new to motherhood was determining in terms of like my career. And I received a call last year that changed everything for me. To be able to raise my daughter and be at firsthand experiencing this new journey together, 2023 was definitely a year of answers for me. Again, God is so good to allow me and be able to work from home. To think actually that prior to the pandemic, remote work wasn't favored or permitted. I honestly don't know how women and parents, all in all, got through it. Despite all the hardship that we as a collective had to go through for many years, actually, many years ago, remote work was not very much of an option. We have actually come a long way to bridge that gap and accommodate families. And I am very thankful for that every day. But regardless of working from home to raise your children or not, being a mom is a job in itself. We do it all. We can do it all. We are the glue and the rock of our families and relationships. Although it can be hard and appear like a struggle to balance it all of life's facets, somehow it is all figure outable. That is my motto. We will figure this out one day at a time. Again, this is a new journey with me being in this motherhood chapter. I can say that it does take a village to help you and yours. And I advise that if you are a mom, having a circle of trustworthy and dependable people is helpful. I know one thing that was new to me was separation anxiety. I had my baby 3.5 months later. I had to go back into the office, which was my former job. I'm glad that I was actually able to work through that. Having a job, going on maternity leave, ultimately landing a remote job, while it was a lot of changes going on, having to go back into the office when my daughter was only 3.5 months was very overwhelming. It was stressing me out like completely. And that stress literally trickled down to my health, to where I felt like I was depleted, like the life was just sucked out of me daily. I went back to work for almost a month before I landed a remote job. That month was very difficult. Loss of hair, loss of weight and appetite, sleep deprivation, almost to the point where I was like about to just pass out while commuting to work and from home. That's just my little story on some of the challenges I face. And I know that mothers everywhere have gone through their fair share of personal experiences. I definitely encourage to take a moment to breathe, relax, refocus, and turn to your loved ones for assistance. Just because we can do it all doesn't mean we should have to do it all. I think that always keep that in mind. It's highly recommended.
We live in 2024, and the views of motherhood have transformed over time. Today, we are seeing more women decide to just be wonderful aunties or embrace the chapter of motherhood with open arms. Man, how times have truly changed, and for women to be free to choose how they want to live is them living in their power. At the age of 10, I decided not to have kids. I know that was really, really young. At 10, I felt not just my mom's hardship raising me, and then when my brother was born right after, my aunties or my tias, raised my cousins. My parents were definitely a tight knit team, but I don't know, I just said no. I'm personally seeking something else, and I'd like to have a different experience with life. My mother always says, un día cambiarás tu mente. One day you'll change your mind. I am 30 plus 4, and yup, I'm referencing how Bridgerton says their age in the books and TV show. My thoughts really haven't changed. I'll forever be the fun aunt, and that is okay. It's a fresh perspective that many women should be allowed to have. I think this perspective is important also, for young girls because it shows them, that it's not the only path for women. It's not their quote unquote destiny. That's just something, society liked to say, back then, so they can keep women under control. The destiny for a woman is to be whoever they really aspire to be on this earth. And dear society, women are free to run the show how they see fit. And as Halle Bailey put it in her Natural Cycles Is Mommy Okay campaign, you can. And either choice, whether you want to or not, is totally okay. And power on to all the beautiful moms and for those, that decide not to be.
Thank you, Mom.
And finally, to my mother, thank you for loving and protecting me with your heart and soul. Realistically speaking, while we may not have always seen things the same, I realize now you did all you did and knew to give me a beautiful life, and you have succeeded. As I stated in earlier episodes, most immigrant parents, once again, left the unknown for new ways of life and did not have time to get to know themselves because they had to get straight to work to raise families to allow us to have more opportunities. Don't worry, because we are breaking cycles one step at a time. For each new generation, you've given us life to improve for a different earth to live on. So I've said this in previous episodes, but my mother, mi madre, was born in Honduras and she had to grow up really quickly. She had to help my grandmother with chores, help her work her farm. My mom had to go to school and work. I remember my mother telling me stories of when she had to stay with other family members to progress her work and education as she got older to make the best life that she could while she was in Honduras. And it was the same for my tias too. Eventually, my mom left her country because she wanted me to have a different life. She keeps saying and has always said to me, quiero que tu vida sea diferente. She wanted my life to be different. While it was hard navigating a new country, language, baby, and working, my mother let me have a childhood. So, mommy, thank you for that privilege. But like most Latina and immigrant parents, my mother definitely did not forget to instill values of hard work, effort, and education to ensure those lessons would remain with me through adulthood. As a kid, naturally, I complained about doing chores on some weekends. I would go with my mom, I remember, on weekends to limpiar casas. For those of you that don't know, limpiar casas pretty much means to clean other people's houses because that's, the job my mom was able to get when she first came to this country. And in doing so and going with my mom, I learned the value of earning my own dinero, my own money. And as a kid, I liked earning my $10 while I was helping my mom clean or helping her and assisting her, especially when sometimes it came to language barriers. But I admire my mom because no job was too small for her. She did it, so she can help my father and also to give us a better life in any way that she could. And today I'm so grateful for it all. The push, the values, the freedom of having a beautiful childhood was a generational curse my mom was breaking from her own family story. Gracias, mom.
I am new to motherhood. I waited my whole life to be a mother. I'm somewhat of a late bloomer, I guess. I actually waited until my mid 30s to become a mom. Life happens, and I personally was not ready back then to be a mother. I was much more focused towards my career goals and living life, actually. But now that I am here, I love it. I love it here and I love my baby. She is my mini me and my little love. Ruby, thank you for choosing me and making me a mom, your mom. To my mom, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for your love and your support. It is so nice to see the love you have given us, my siblings and I, and now to witness the love you give to your granddaughter. We love you, Mama Bear.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Mental health awareness is not an easy process as we navigate through life. It's about accepting uncomfortable challenges that alert us that something is amiss within our own life that can project outwardly in our existence. But though it may be difficult, validating our awareness can lead us to heal from within. It can lead us to create positive changes by understanding that we need to have for a better relationship, not only with others, but ourselves, and discover how to align in our life as best as we can. Your mental health is important, and it's refreshing to see how others process their challenges to improve their daily life. Knowing your personal stories can shift the perspective of anyone else who may be struggling. This is real life, and mental health is part of it.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we strongly advocate for prioritizing and taking care of your mental health. Throughout the upcoming episodes and on our social media pages, please view and listen to ways that we encourage you to take care of your mental health. If you have a story and want to share it on Presente, please contact us.